Hello again, and with the temperatures around the mid-70s yesterday, conditions weren't ideal for fast and attractive football. But that's exactly what we've got for you this afternoon, with 3 games from the First Division, which produced a total of 13 goals. And we've 2 international goalkeepers with entirely different thoughts about how the season started for them. There's Bruce Grobbelaar of Zimbabwe, a flamboyant character who's becoming such a favourite at Liverpool. And his predecessor, Ray Clemence of England, who's finding life a little difficult at Spurs. So that's Liverpool against Arsenal, Spurs against Aston Villa, and our third match, that sensational Midlands derby between Birmingham City and Nottingham Forest.
It is the same Liverpool side which has played in the 2 opening league games, with Craig Johnston again, the substitute. And the senior players will recall that 6 seasons ago, Liverpool lost their first game, drew their second, just as they've done this time, and then went on to win the championship. Of this season's newcomers, Bruce Grobbelaar arguably faces the biggest challenge, that of succeeding Ray Clemence in Liverpool's goal. While Mark Lawrenson could have easily been on the opposite side today, Liverpool pipping Arsenal for Lawrenson's signature from Brighton, at a cost, though, of a club record fee of £900,000. Arsenal, in fact, have made no new signings, but they make a tactical change today, bringing in the experience of John Hollins into midfield in place of young Paul Davis. Brian McDermott wears the number 9 shirt, vacated by Frank Stapleton when he moved to Manchester United. McDermott is 20 and has played here at Anfield once before, for Slough schools against Liverpool schools at under 15 level, and he scored twice. It's Arsenal, who have an impressive record against Liverpool in recent seasons, who kick off, playing from left to right in the first half on a very warm late summer's afternoon. Arsenal in a change strip of yellow shirts and blue shorts. The pitch has been heavily watered during the week and will just take a short stud. Here's Brian Talbot. John Devine. 10 is Peter Nicholas. It breaks here for Devine, and the flag up against Brian Talbot. The referee today, Keith Hackett, last season's cup final referee. Young and Johnson letting it bounce, and it was O'Leary who made the positive move. Neil beating Ricks. Johnson. Here's Souness. Hollins having to jump with Ray Kennedy. Might fall for Dalglish, who was trying to set up Terry McDermott. And the back heel went straight to Devine. It would certainly settle a lot of Liverpool's anxiety if they could score quickly here. Lee gets it back from McDermott. Sammy Lee sizing up the shooting opportunity quickly. Dalglish starting the move from deep. Lee wheeling away to make space for himself. Using McDermott here, but dragging his shot past Jennings' right-hand post. Arsenal feel that they've done well against Liverpool by using the ball quicker than usual from the back and bypassing the midfield, making Liverpool's midfield players turn. They turn to go forward now, joined by Phil Thompson. There's Young, who stretched to intercept. Skillfully done by Dalglish. The referee playing a good advantage. Down from David Johnson, and it was deflected from Ray Kennedy. allowed to go on as the referee played the advantage. And David Johnson knocking it down for Ray Kennedy, finally, whose shot was deflected. Dalglish with the corner. Ray Kennedy's flick. A chance for Lee to plant it back again. And Devine misses his header. O'Leary just growing enough for Arsenal. O'Leary again. And Brian McDermott buying his side a few precious seconds to draw breath. Now Neil. Young with two to hit up front. Sunderland is one. Nicholas presenting it straight to Kennedy. And come down for Johnson, but he was pushing on Willie Young. And Arsenal get the free kick. Arsenal, who finished third in the First Division last season, and Brian McDermott here is clean through against Grobbelaar and misses a gilt-edged opportunity. Liverpool, who were undone through the centre of their defence against Middlesbrough on Tuesday, were fought out again here, and McDermott onside had perhaps too much time. Rolled it past the goalkeeper and it just trickled wide. This time it's Neil who puts his side in trouble. Sunderland. Desperate saving tackle from Alan Hansen. This anxiety shows again for the European champions. Looking altogether more relaxed in their approach. And Sunderland off on a run. That draws Thompson out of the middle. It's Nicholas coming in here, and this is John Devine. And the deflection came off Nicholas. Could have gone for McDermott. And fortunately for Liverpool, went for a goal kick. McDermott with Torben again, the marker. Dalglish faced by O'Leary. David Johnson, Souness. Again he snatched at it. Disappointed shake of the head from Graham Souness for an effort that rather summed up the frustrations of his side. Liverpool are making a substitution. Craig Johnston comes on and Graham Souness has already gone off. With still 20 minutes left of the first half. Going on well, amusing Sunderland. Out from Kennedy. Dalglish trying to get behind O'Leary. Talbot. Here's Brian McDermott. Johnson there ahead of him. Liverpool again seeking to build a way through midfield. And Lawrenson with Craig Johnston in the middle, and Dalglish arriving as well. And Young's header for Craig Johnston. And it's the side netting as the roars from the Liverpool fans stay in their throats. Lawrenson, the influential figure, getting the cross in. Young's header was a poor one. Craig Johnston just hooking his shot past Jennings, but into that side netting. Kennedy. Dalglish playing it off well, as he was fouled by Young, and Mr. Hackett playing the advantage. Kennedy. Here's Lawrenson, but Arsenal now back in force. Now Lee. Here's Devine's header, McDermott! And that's the bit of luck that you need. Terry McDermott scores with a miss-hit shot with a minute remaining of the first half. There seemed to be no way through as Sammy Lee pumped it in again. McDermott had a swing, went through a crowd of players past Jennings, and Liverpool have scored their first goal in free play this season. And it's taken them almost 2.5 games to do it. So the half-time whistle goes at the end of a half which has really been a tale of the two McDermotts. Brian McDermott missing the chance created for Arsenal, and then Liverpool, after finding Arsenal such a frustrating proposition again, getting the break that they needed in the last minute of the first half from Terry McDermott. And as we look at the goal again, the ball dropping for Terry McDermott on his left foot, not cleanly struck at all. That's the kind of luck that you need just to put anxieties behind you, and Liverpool go in at half-time, leading Arsenal by 1-0. So Liverpool starting the second half, at least with some of the pressure on them removed, having got that goal from McDermott at just the right time. For all Arsenal's change in tactics to cope with the threat of Terry McDermott. Still from that source that the goal came, and here's Lee, and now Dalglish. Away by O'Leary. Jennings coming. Under pressure from David Johnson. Sunderland, always neat and economical in his work, but beaten there by Phil Thompson. Played back by Talbot. foul by Neil. Young looking up, finding a great deal on ahead of him. Happy for Talbot to take over. Craig Johnston. Dummy to buy a yard on Sansom. David Johnson. And O'Leary can only touch it here for Lee. And David Johnson. And it was blocked by Devine. And it was surely bound for the back of the net. Here's Lawrenson. And Jennings has to save the deflection. Johnston at the hub of the move. David Johnson playing in the original cross, which had David O'Leary backpedaling. Sammy Lee picked a route back for the cross. And then David Johnson with a thunderous volley that was blocked by Devine. And Sammy Lee down on the Liverpool bench, looking as though he's getting some treatment from Ronnie Moran. Arsenal looking to vary things, bringing on 19-year-old Paul Davis, and it's Davis replacing Peter Nicholas. David Johnson, Lawrenson lending support, Devine is the defender, and O'Leary slicing the ball away in a manner which could have embarrassed Pat Jennings, and which gives Liverpool the corner. Craig Johnston got a touch. And hooks it in again. David Johnson. Kennedy! Dalglish's corner. And Craig Johnston doing well here to keep Liverpool in the hunt. When the ball is knocked in again by David Johnson, it was Kennedy who put his header too high. Paul Davis feeling that Phil Thompson might have got a touch on that and that Arsenal should have a corner, and indeed the referee checked with the linesman and changed his mind, having initially pointed for the goal kick. Talbot. And that was a reflex header from Brian McDermott that produced a save from Grobbelaar, in which he lost his cap in the dive. Corner played short, and the cross finally aimed towards Willie Young at the far post, but it was McDermott who got the touch, and that was arrowing inside that post. And perhaps a chance for Liverpool to break. Dalglish has Lee to his left, David Johnson to his right. Here's Lee. Dalglish getting it back through the middle, and the inexperience of Davis holding him up. And the final effort from Terry McDermott got a deflection. Jennings can't believe it, and is prepared to argue the toss with the referee. Perhaps we can see better as we look at it again. Set up here by Dalglish. Here's Terry McDermott striking it. Was it the goalkeeper who touched it? Well, Jennings said no. This time Lawrenson hasn't come forward, and Liverpool will be happy to use up a bit of time. Dalglish. Here's Neil. Here's Johnson jumping, but filling in the sandwich between Young and O'Leary, and the judge to have doing the predominant pushing. Kennedy. Under 2 minutes left for Arsenal. Sansom's header. And that will do for Liverpool, and Sammy Lee finding an extra gear. And perhaps putting Dalglish in here. And selfishly setting up Johnson. And a goal that owes its roots in the efforts of a player who has been badly handicapped through much of this second half. Sammy Lee, with that thigh strain, didn't give up. He won a ball from Willie Young. Dalglish unselfishly gave the simple chance to David Johnson, and Liverpool get a goal at the end of each half. So it's surely beyond Arsenal now. And you can see the discomfort as Lee moves again. So it's revenge for Liverpool, at least, over an Arsenal side who have gone 8 games previously against them without getting beaten. No time added on, and Sammy Lee provides a pleasant finale for Liverpool with the efforts that confirms their first victory of the season, which will ease some of the anxious feelings around Anfield. For Bruce Grobler, his first clean sheet in the Liverpool first team, and for Liverpool a day really when the result mattered more than the performance. And they beat Arsenal by 2-0.
Yes, and a good result that for Liverpool, and one they can look back on with some satisfaction in view of the reorganisation that was needed when Graham Souness went off, and then later in the game, of course, when Sammy Lee was injured. So Liverpool supporters got their first real glimpse of Craig Johnston, who substituted for Souness, and his performance brought a mixed reaction from Dennis Law.
Yes, I think so. I think he had some good points, Elton, and I think he had some bad points. I think one of the good points was that he linked very well with Kenny Dalglish. His determination in a couple of occasions was very good. Now we see Johnson on that flank. Now he's on the line. Dalglish gets it inside, and Johnson has made what, 40 or 50 yard run, and it was a good ball in, although we don't see it. That was one of the things that stood out for him. Now you can see him just outside his own penalty area. Now doesn't he look like Keegan here when he's doing that little run? And although he knocks out to Johnson, we don't see the end product again, but it finished with a volley by David Johnson. And I thought that those were 2 very good points in it.
But you stated before that you had reservations. What were they?
Well, I think that being a star player at Middlesbrough, he's come to Liverpool, who really are 11 star players. And I think one of the things he's got to do is to learn to be part of the team. And all right, he could be an individual as well, but he's got to slot in a lot more with teamwork. Now, he did very well on 2 or 3 occasions, but there was one occasion, particularly in the first half, when Lawrenson had broke down the left flank. Now, as he knocks it in here, now it's only a split second there. Now, to me, his head dropped, and it was just a lack of awareness, and very fortunately, the ball came back to him. Now, I felt that had he not, it's only a sort of part of a second, but he'd have had a better chance. They'd have been able to control the ball and might have scored. I think that was a golden opportunity lost. Again in the second half here, the ball again knocked in by Lawrenson. Now, he's attempted to do an overhead kick when really the sensible thing would have been to lay it back to McDermott and Dalglish, and you can see just outside the penalty area. Far better chance. That's the type of situation that he must learn to be part of the team.
We'll take a break now. Some really notable performances in Part 2, including a memorable home debut for the former Bolton striker Neil Watmore, who was recently transferred to Birmingham City. They were at home to Nottingham Forest. Welcome back, and what a turbulent start to the season it's been for Ray Clemence with his new club Spurs. And after conceding 4 goals in midweek against West Ham, Clemence must have been apprehensive before yesterday's game with Aston Villa. A repeat of the Charity Shield, of course, 2 weeks ago, when Clemence got up to such a bad start in his new career. Your commentator at White Hart Lane is Brian Moore, and here are the goals.
So here come Villa again. There's a good cross coming in there, and surely an own goal off Gordon Smith. Well, Terry Donovan's gone away waving his arms, but Ray Clemence is beaten. And surely that was an own goal off the Spurs number 4, Gordon Smith. Former Aston Villa player. And as we see it again now, it was really thumped in there well. A low, dangerous cross. Yes, off the fullback, and beyond Ray Clemence, an own goal. Orley with the corner. Alan Evans is up, and Mortimer. And Ormsby was there as well, and Mortimer. 2-0. Volleyed in there by the Aston Villa captain. After that little flick on from the corner, and Villa open up a 2-goal gap. Flicked on by Peter With, I think it was, in the first place. No, it was Donovan. And look at the marking leaving a certain amount to be desired there, and the volley thumped joyfully into the roof of the net by Mortimer. Morley. Here's With. Played in again there for Gibson, who'd come up quickly, and played in there by Donovan, and that's number 3. Again, that move down the left, as with the first goal, involving Colin Gibson. And it was as easy as you like. Played in there for Gibson. Played across there for Donovan to take it first time. Past Clemence, number 3 for Aston Villa. Now Brook. Villa. Dealers. Put in there towards Jones. But just look at the claret and blue shirts getting in quite comfortably, getting the ball away, although Morley's header falls for Lacey. Here's Hoddle. And Spurs at the moment seem quite incapable of producing either a cohesive movement or a remarkable idea that will at least provide them with a goal. Came a bit closer to it then. Brook finding Hoddle. Lacey, who's getting a cheer every time the ball comes anywhere near him. Finding Falco. Now, will he get him to the right foot this time? And the shot pushed away well by Jimmy Rimmer. The first really explosive piece of forward play we've seen, probably from Spurs, but certainly from Falco. And now here's Villa. Oh, terrific goal by Villa. And Rimmer gesticulating there with the defence that left him wide open. But when Villa catches them, as we saw in the cup final replay, they take a bit of stopping. After Rimmer had saved that shot from Falco, Spurs came back at them again. A minimum of backlift, a flashing shot wide of Jimmy Rimmer.
On to our third match, and one which provided spectacular entertainment at St Andrews, the Midlands derby between Birmingham City and Nottingham Forest, whose impressive form in the opening 2 games had much to do with Trevor Francis. Let's see how they coped without him as we join the cameras of ATV and their commentator, Hugh Johns.
Referee Eric Reid of Bristol gets us away. The blue shirts and white shorts of Birmingham City. They're attacking the goal away to our right. The red shirts with the slight white stripe in it of Nottingham Forest. Attacking now as Ian Wallace goes after this one, and Mark Dennis sprinted there to get in front. Colin Todd, and now Dave Langan looking for Bud Brocken, who gets his first touch. It was a challenge from behind by Gray in the back. That's Dennis for Tony Van Mierlo. Easy clearance then for McGovern. Here's Wallace as Fashanu makes the breakaway to his right. As Fashanu, the touch on again, in here for Gray, and it's still there for Wallace, and he scored it. 1-0, Forest. Inside a minute. Well, if Ian Wallace wanted it off the ground in fine fashion, he couldn't have done it any better. Wallace started it, the ball off to Fashanu. The return ball, in fact, missed out Wallace and went to Mills. He missed his shot, but it turned out to be a beautiful pass for Wallace, and he buries the shot, his first goal of the season. So Birmingham City, before they've even settled down to the pace of the game, find themselves in arrears. Birmingham City, of course, without the resolute figure of Joe Gallagher in defence. Now it's Broadhurst and Todd forming the heart and core of the Blues defence. The other end, the number 5, Kenny Burns, who started his career with the Birmingham City club. He works now with the Norwegian international Einar Aas. Archie Gamble. Wee Archie, a man they say was never totally replaced when he was let go, and it was a fine shot from Archie Gamble. Oh, now that really would have been a cracking goal if Archie had put that one away against his old club. As they've often said that Brian Clough never has really replaced Archie Gamble in his side, and look at that for a shot. That had Shilton really stretching. Langan. Brocken for Dillon. Dennis is the ball on. And by that time, Anderson had spotted him, and actually that was a pretty fierce challenge that Viv Anderson put on the young fullback. And it looks to me as though referee Reed is doing a booking job there. Archie Gamble waits for a moment to make sure that the fullback's all right. So, there's the free kick. It's forward to Tony Evans. Dennis hooking it across the face of the goals, and it's a fine goal in from Broadhurst. It's 1-1. Kevin Broadhurst. That's only the 5th goal he's ever scored in a league match. But he buried that, and it was so fitting that the man who'd been injured, Mark Dennis, should set it up. There's the pass out to him, a first-time ball across. Nobody really got hold of Broadhurst, and Shilton is left stranded by the power of that shot. 1-1. Free kick for Birmingham City. Gamble takes it to Dillon. Ball through to Evans. Looking for help. Looking for some support there. Gets it from Brocken. Challenge from Gray. Dummy from Gemmell, so the ball is with Langan. Back to Brocken. Chip in, Evans knocks it down to Dillon. That's wide for Dennis. It'll drop for Watmore, got there, Evans! Fine goal! Beautiful stuff! Oh, nothing wrong with that at all. 2-1 Birmingham City. Tony Evans. Oh, yes. That's as good a goal as you're likely to see this season for brilliant opportunism. That ball coming in from Dennis. Now, look at the way Watmore gets up. And the anticipation of Evans, one touch, pokes it away. Beautiful little goal. 2-1 Birmingham City. And that's what, 35, 37 minutes gone. 2 to beat. Goes immediately for Mills. Looks good. And what a reaction save that was from Wallace by Whelans. Good gracious me. But that was a superb reaction save by Whelans from Wallace. Because in fact the ball from Mills across the goal just actually hit Wallace. Whelan's reactions were superb. So we're in the second minute of stoppage time. There's McGovern now. Had a couple of lengthy hold-ups, I suppose. Particularly for the injury to Mark Dennis. There's McGovern for Mills. Ball in to Wallace, and he's got there. How did he squeeze that in? Well, it's 2-2, and Ian Wallace has scored his second goal of the afternoon. What a return to the Forest first team for Ian Wallace. But how on earth did he get that ball in against the challenge of Broadhurst? It didn't seem possible. Here's the build-up to it. There's the cross in. Now, Broadhurst seemed to have it covered, but Wallace was there first, and Whelans is stranded. So we've got a 2-2 scoreline, as referee Reid finally decides, after nearly 4 minutes of stoppage time, referee Reid ends this first half of football, and what an entertaining sunny afternoon it has been. So the second half underway. And 2-2. As Fashanu makes progress towards the Birmingham City goal. This ball wide for Anderson. That's not a good ball in. Easy stop for Gamble. Now Dennis. Chopped down by McGovern. Einar Ors for Burns. Well, he's only allowed to run a long way. Wallace. Here's Fashanu. Well, that was a fractional chance then for Justin Fashanu to open up his scoring account since his move from Norwich. Rolling ball, free kick by Dennis, but he picks up Langan, stabbed off to Brocken, and there goes Langan again. That's a foul and a penalty. Oh, well. That was a very dramatic gesture by referee Reid. I've seen obstruction given for that, but there was referee Reid, boom, says that is a challenge which deserves a penalty. Referee Reid walks away as Archie Gamble gets ready to score his first goal of the season. And he's missed it, but he's got the rebound. But well, the kick has got to be taken again. I suspect that one of the attacking side had an infringement there, or maybe Shilton moved. Well, he's got it. Well, wouldn't you know it? Twice taken penalty drama repeated from last Saturday when Jeff Whelans was the hero for Birmingham City, twice saving a penalty by Asa Hartford. Now Peter Shilton has twice saved a penalty here this afternoon against this man Archie Gamble. Here's Dillon. Van Mierlo. Van Mierlo taking him on, and he's away from two of them. There's the cross, and there's Watmore's header. And this Birmingham City side is looking very useful indeed, thank you very much. That was fine work here by the Dutchman, Tony Van Mierlo. Skates away from two challenges, a measured cross to the far post, Watmore climbs well, deserved a little more with his header. Here's Dillon. Tony Van Meulen. He's still there. Ball stabbed a little too far, I think, although Dillon tried to make something of it. Oh, and Gemmell has a chance now for Brocken. And Watmore has scored. Watmore has opened his account. And Birmingham City are in front, 3-2. And Forest are furious because they reckon that a free kick for a foul should have been given just before that. Now there's the man down. Play is allowed to go on. Gemmell lays it off to Brocken. This is an inch-perfect pass, and Watmore does the business. So Watmore opens his account. Birmingham City are in front 3-2. And Forest are furious. Well, there's about 16 minutes of this match left. As Forest come again, and Wallace knocks that back to Robertson. Well out there. Evans getting a touch to relieve the pressure a little bit, but Gray finds Mills. Ball skidding out off the boot of Brocken. That's McGovern. Gray. Now Bryn Gunn. Robertson. And Robertson getting a return pass from Wallace, and now Fashanu. He can turn something in here. Anderson. And that's Wallace, and he's got his hat-trick. And it's 3-3. Well, Ian Wallace is the most satisfied man in a Forest jersey this afternoon. The work of Fashanu played its part here, and Anderson joined in as well. And they didn't really pin down on Ian Wallace when they should have done, and he squirts it in underneath Whelan's. And it's 3-3, and Ian Wallace has got all three. Gemmell now for Dennis as Fashanu comes to him. And Fashanu wins the ball back for Forest. He's going against Broadhurst. And Broadhurst beat him to the punch. Free kick given against Justin Fashanu, which displeases the big chap rather more than somewhat. It's 3-3 here at the moment. Birmingham City try to do something about it, try to open up the path for another goal, but they won't do it while... Well, that does surprise me. I thought quite definitely that Tony Evans was the offender in that particular clash, but an indirect free kick has been given in Birmingham City's favour. Gemmell takes it quickly to Dillon. Cross in, and that was Orse who knocked it out. Here's Gemmell laying it off to Dillon again. Curling cross ball. Orse got a touch, only as far as Brocken. See if he can deliver something powerful. Taking on Gray now. Oh, he's a bit lucky. And Watmore couldn't get there. Here's Dillon. And the shot on. Oh no, Broadhurst didn't try it. It'll come for Dennis. They're lining up to get at this. And Watmore is there with the winner. Yes, it's 4-3 certainly. It may not be the winner because there's still time left. But Watmore really buried that one, and Jim Smith was up out of the bench like a shot, cheering the man that he has recently paid £350,000 for. He bought him for goals, and Watmore has delivered two this afternoon. That last one really was a beauty. Shilton had absolutely no chance at all. curved ball, and when it dropped down, you knew Watmore was going to score. Well, Shilton did his best, but he couldn't do anything about it. So it's 4-3. And once again, Forrest Gump. And Robertson finally shepherded away to the point where he could make no further progress. Referee Reid has a look at his watch and decides that's the full ration. And what a ration it's been. There's the match winner. Watmore, Neil Watmore. He was the man who scored the 3-2 goal. And then when Wallace equalised at 3-3, it was Watmore who wrapped it up with the 4-3 winner.
Well, that's all from us. A weekend that Bruce Grobbler won't forget in a hurry following his first clean sheet for Liverpool, something his predecessor Ray Clements is still waiting to achieve for Spurs. From Dennis and myself, good night.
Talbot. And that was a reflex header from Brian McDermott.
And Ormsby was there as well, and Mortimer. 2-0.